Hey everybody, good afternoon. Sorry we're late on here. I had a little technical issue with um our streaming on the group. I figured out why yesterday I couldn't stream in the group. So today I'm just coming on to share, just to share a little bit about day 2. So we're going to get into it. And then afterwards, if you have any questions about the presentation, please put it in the chat so we are able to just be able to answer your questions. And I've been seeing people putting doing their homework, putting it in the chat. Please feel free to give feedback to those who are on there, and I'm going to be going in later on giving feedback to everybody that I can about what is needed. And if it looks good, I'll probably give a thumbs up and say it looks good. Here's a couple things to work on, so you can be able to do that. And this is another way for people to even you might even want to post your link on this. We can probably go and see it live on there too, so we can just do that way too. But let us get into our presentation of today's that we're going to be talking about creating engaging content, right? So I am going to be sharing that. So I'm making sure myself in the group. So if you have any questions, put the questions in the chat so I can know that if you have any, so I can respond to that also too. So let me make sure to see which the better view to do this. I don't want to block anything on here, and I want to make sure you'll be able to have the best view of it. So if I put it like this, you might just hear my voice, but you won't see me. But I want to do the best in position for you to be able to see this presentation, right? Okay, so let us leave it this way. And if you can't see it, I will maybe put it in the chat for you. So give me 1 second. I'll need to just get to the minute. Just make sure I got my notes. So we're going to be talking today about how to create engaging content. Before we even get into that, I want to talk about yesterday, talk about day 1. So I have many takeaways. Y'all had some amazing questions yesterday, amazing one-line brand stories that really were captivating, and it's a really good way to set the stage for that too. So some major updates for my VIP people that yesterday I was just so excited about our VIP session, I forgot to hit record. So because of that, we're having a makeup session, and our makeup session for our VIPs is this evening. So check your email for that. If you still have not, if you have the general admission, you can still you are still able to get the VIP options and just upgrade to that way. And then, but after tonight, there will be no more VIP options. So remember, VIPs, you are able to come on, ask your question. I do a really quick brand audit, give you some tips and quickly how to use the AI. I can't believe last night's session was not recorded properly, but that is okay. For those who are here, we're there, we got it. But what I want to do is I want to honor that recording that I said I promised to get for those who are missing it. So we will have the part 2 to it. So if you do have any questions from day 1 and day 2, and you want me to look at your brand and even about what I'm talking about today, you can hop on and we're able to go deeper in that questions, and I'll be able to share some my back end tools of what I use to help optimize my my business. So I'm encouraging you that if if you look at the for those who will have their workbooks, because the workbook for the VIPs were sent out to you, about 40 pages. Hopefully you were able to work on day one. So day two, this is going to be going along with day two. And then they have additional little homework that they can work on for their brand as they go through that too. So if you want that workbook and you want be a part of the ending celebration where I give you your next steps, you can always upgrade your ticket to that one, and then you are able to get it that way too. So as you're joining, say hello so we can see. I see a Facebook user saying good morning. I guess I can't see all the permission, but I'm glad to see that you are there. Yes, sometimes I can't see, but I'm glad to see that. All right. I think that was Kim. I'm on my phone right now. So I see Kim on there. Hey, Kim. So I have to get my phone on because for some reason it says Facebook users. I don't know. You have to give the permissions for that, but that's fine. All right. So let us get into. So the next thing I want to go over that for the VIPs. I know if you were in the VIP session, put, if you learned something in the VIP session, put a 1 in the chat. If you learned something in the regular session, put a, let us know. Put a 2 in the chat that you learned something for that too. I'm going to be putting in the group a module for that one, a short framework module for that one sentence brand, so that you can do. So you'll be able to go in there and practice working on your brand story. All right. So I'm not going to go more into that. I'm going to go into today's lesson because it's supposed to be short and I'm already over time, because I wanted to keep it between 10 and 20 minutes and then leave time for questions. If you have any questions in the chat, I can answer that question. Oh, you went live this morning, Kim. I saw Kim said she went live on this morning. So this is amazing. Yes, I love it. She said she went live. She said, I went live this morning. Okay. All right. So let us look at it. So in here, I'm going to start off. It says, did you know that content with relevant images gets 94% more views than those without? So basically, when you have images that match your content, that sparks that interest, that it gives more views that way too. So it's time for you to harness the power of creating content that is interesting, that will get more attention, that stop people in the tracks. So you're able to say, hey, look at the comments for that too. So here's the 5 things I'm going to be going over. And I'm going to be going over these in detail, giving you some explanation, example, and framework to use. So first of all, you need to understand your audience needs. So I would encourage you to analyze your business, your content analytics, to understand your audience, the demographic, their interests, their behaviors. That means you're going to have to spend some time looking at how people respond to you, to your posts, and opening up those analytics on those social media platforms to see how they're answering it. So for this part right here are some things that you need to know. Knowing your audience is key to creating content that resonate with them. So when you use the analytic, it helps you understand the demographic, their interest, and their behavior. Now, for example, if you post a content and you see that a lot of your demographic likes it when you post eco-friendly practices, or content, and so you're going to create content that will be around sustainability, right, in your field. So you want to be able to do that. If you see that a lot of people around in your demographic of your target audience are interested in when you're posting about self-care, or when you post things about content creation. That was a shift for me this year when I was doing my thing, because I was posting quotes and quotes and quotes, but I was not getting my ideal demographic. My target audience needed help knowing what to post. My target audience needed help knowing how to engage on certain platforms. So, and then when the new threads came out, the target audience needed to know how to use threads and how to access it. When Clubhouse changed its rules, they want to know what to do then. So we focus on those things. We see the numbers of people liking those contents, and then we know on Sundays for our bosses we put the self-care part of it, and they want to see when the post that got more attention when we have more behind the scenes stuff. And so you have to see how is the audience that you're looking for is responding to that, because sometimes you might have other people responding to it and they're not the audience, because you want to click on a link, you want to see, because you are able to go in. That's what I like about Wix. You're able to go in and see where the people are coming from when they click, because they say, okay, this amount came from Facebook, this amount came from Instagram, this amount came from YouTube. So when you post the links in all these different platforms and you have them going back to one thing, and you have tools like Wix giving you the breakdown of where those audiences coming from, then you say, okay, now I know that this week or this month, most of the people who are coming to my site and wanting to buy stuff, they're coming and buying from Facebook. So I know that when I'm doing that kind of content, I need to continue to share it from that platform, or modify that, or put one of my focus, my team to say, we're focused on this platform right now because majority of the audience that are buying, they're right here. And here is the things that they like. They don't like when you post this, but they like when you post that. So you have to spend some time doing. So how do you do that? So how do you figure out what they like? Because that's one of the questions of how do I figure out how to create the engaging content. So here is what I'm going to encourage you to do. Conduct survey. I think I talked about it yesterday about listening to the people, listening to their pain point, and providing solution to the problem and presenting them with the solution. So you want to conduct survey, conduct polls, and then conduct, these. I talked about this a little bit last night, but you're able to use the power of AI to do that. And I showed the VIPs yesterday how I did it. But go into the chat GPTs and the stuff like that and create polls and content for that information. When we do the mentoring on Mondays for my mentoring group, this is how I show them exactly step by step how they can do it for their business. And this is the thing. So you can go into those platforms, Instagram. Who said that? Kim says she's tweaking her survey now. Yes. So tweak your survey. So you want to create a survey, and when they respond to that survey, create content around it. And then you could answer the question. If you say, okay, the right answer. Say, how many people struggling to do this and this, and then you see a lot of people struggling, and they give you the same response. You can go on and say, do a live and say, hey, I posted a survey 2 weeks ago, and I collected some data, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. Let me share some best practices to solve this problem. Because as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, if you're in this group, it's because you see a problem and you have the solution to that problem. All right. So the second thing that I want you to focus on, and this is like my whole teaching today. I'm going to give you a bite size of the teaching, this is a lot. I didn't put everything on there, but my second part of the teaching is to engage in storytelling and creating an emotional connection. People buy from people they like, know, and trust. So you want to create an emotional experience by sharing your real experience, your challenges, your success, because if they only see the wins or they only see the beautiful things, they will not connect with you. So you want people to connect with you. I don't show you guys all my bad days because, it might scare everybody off and say, how is she doing it? But, I can, when I'm in a position where I can come in and present, say, hey, you know what? I had a bad day. I had a bad couple of months. I have days where I wanted to just go in the corner and cry and give up. But I did not give up, or I almost gave up, or I almost had a moment of applying. This is my story, applying for another job. And then because, and I'm sharing into their pain of having that sense of wanting to give up. And then I had my coach, call me and say, hey, do this. Here, you don't give up. I hear you're struggling. I hear your pain. but you got to do this, And then I have friends and Miss Betsy calling and say, hey, you got this, you got to do this. Your voice needs to be heard. So you want to share stories that relates to you in that area, that share stories, be relatable to people and say, okay, I can relate to them. So once they relate to you, don't just say to share the stories and not have a call to action. Say, hey, join my mailing list. I'm going to be talking more about what I did. Here's what I have going on. You want to have a call to action in there, because if you don't have a call to action, you're just telling the stories, then what else? What's next? Where do you lead them to? And what's next for them? Because then now if they're leaving this platform and joining you in another platform on your page, then they're joining your mailing list. Now you're able to start your mailing list sequence where you are able to nurture that relationship and provide them valuable information that would help them with their problem. So you want to make sure, okay, now that I have, what's the point? What's the goal of that social media platform? Not just to get them to my site, but once they join my mailing list, what's next? What do they get? Am I gonna every week send one newsletter that deals with their issue? Am I gonna do it every other day? What is the next step for that? So you have to keep on thinking about it. What will be the next step? So one of the things I had when I was working on my marketing earlier this year, and basically my messaging, I had to create a customer journey map. And I'm still working on it. Say, when they meet me here, what's next? So you create a customer journey map and say, what does that journey look like with these customers? And this is where it's the engagement. So you don't just create content to create content. Create content with intention of what do you want them to do next? Do you want me to just click like, share, and subscribe? Is that all you want? Or do you want me to do all of those things, but also join my mailing list because I have this offer for you and I know I can solve your problems? And then you have them repeatedly come to you. So the survey is good to help you do repeat content, but you want that survey to say, okay, if you want to know more, connect with me. If you want to know more, join my mailing list. So you have the survey, but you have a plan with that survey, right? So I'm going. So this is as I jumped into the whole last framework. You want to present the challenge, make an action, and show the result too. So when you're sharing your stories, that I present my challenge, I show my the actions that I took, and then right now I'm presenting that reward because I shared the challenge of about to give up, and then my coach called me and pushed me, and I put into action what she put in place. Was the result was I was able to have my first 4-figure day. All year I never had that. I was able to have my first 4-figure day because I was able to be transparent with her. I shared my challenge with her. She gave me some action plan, and then the result was I executed the action plan and I put it into practice. So it comes into that when you're telling the story, and then say, now that I told you my story, what's next? Well, here you probably need to get yourself one of those. You better get yourself a coach. You better get yourself a tribe or community that would able to, when you're going through your challenge, help you push you forward, help you move into action so you can execute the challenge, so you can produce results. So this is the whole thing about that. I need to do a post about that. You better get you one of those, what is it, a chicken salad? No, basically it's a coach. You better get you a coach that believe in yourself and push you forward to that too. So I think I'm probably going to go a little bit over my time, but y'all will give me grace because this is really good. I have 3 more things to go over, and it will help you to set the framework of creating your content. All right. So your content variety. So the second part is you want to have different formats and diversity in that. You know how we talk about DEI, the diversity, equity, and inclusion, kind of that way too. But you want to mix up your content to try to engage your client. You don't want to use the same thing over and over again. Consistency is not uniformity. I'm going to say it again. Consistency is not uniformity. You don't want to have everything looking the same, but you want to have everything looking consistent. This is part of brand. So you can say, okay, everything is looking in the similar format that everybody would know about too, right? So they can know, okay, oh, this is her brand colors. This is you're consistent throughout it, so they can know that comes from you. But you don't want it to be all quotes. You don't want it to be all, because it's just not what they want to see. Don't want to be all problem. You don't want to be all reels, real. You want to create different mix up the type of things you use to engage your client, whether you use images, whether you use videos, whether you use blogs, whether you use infographics. Those are some ways you can mix up that. So example, alongside with your regular posts, you can create a video tutorial. You can create an infographic that summarize what's going on in your industry. Those are different things. So you don't have to create the same thing. I know it's a lot, but I'm just telling you, if you focus on one thing, you can use that one thing to make multiple things. So you can create one blog post, and that one blog post can be your YouTube video that you're going to talk about and put back to your blog post. It can be your image. You take an image that goes along with that thing, and you just took a little highlight from it, and then so if you can break it up into different segments. And with the age of AI, you can say, hey, this is the content that I want to create. Help me create a 7-day content planner based on this one blog. AI can help you do that. So basically, you can plan your content calendar mixed format to ensure diversity just by using your AI. So I say, hey, I have this blog. I want to post diverse content. I want to be able to do an image, a video, an infographic, that's diverse. Can you help me create a 7-day content planner for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever it is? The AI will break it down for you in all of those segments. So you don't really have to do them. You just come up with that one content and ask the technology that you have, the user tools out there to help you break it down into multiple contents. And the thing is, with those platforms, you don't need to post every day. So LinkedIn, you might need to post twice a week. So that's your blog and your live. Instagram, you might want to do it 3 times a week, or it's different. Your Facebook, you just need to monitor when it is. Once you have it scheduled, you can start with one content, one article, one blog, and break that blog up into several different content. If I'm making sense or I'm adding value, let me know in the chat. Put a yeah or a heart so I can know that this is helping you, because this is what I want to make sure I do. I'm providing you tools and frameworks that can help you. And then once you have that planned out, you spend some time. You need to figure, okay, this day I'm gonna spend some time coming up with this blog, and then AI helps you through that. So I think later on I probably will go in and show the breakdown of that. But with the AI, what it helps you do, it will help you create consistent content. So you want to consistently keep posting. So if you're going to post once a week, so make sure you plan to post once a week. Do 4 at a time. I remember, was it last year or this year? I think it was last year. I had my content planning day where I could get on Zoom with other people, and we would plan our content for the week, a 7-day week content. Sometimes you might need an accountability partner to be a body double, to sit down with you and just plan the content for the day, for that week or for that month. And the thing is, if you can create a couple of blogs, that'll be good. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning, Miss Scott. Nice to see you guys in there. I'm trying to see those who I'm looking on my phone because my Zoom, I only see Zoom user here. So, it's a live has been so helpful. That is amazing. I'm glad it's helpful. So you just need, if you are a industry expert in your business, you just need to plan, hey, I have one topic I want to talk about. And here's some points I want to make sure I hit for my target audience, because after doing the research, I figure out a lot of people are having the same problem. You can go into your AI and say, hey, help me. Here's what my thoughts are. Here's how here's how I want to format it. You might have a draft of it. Can you create an engaging blog to reach my target audience. You can let it know what your target audience is. And once it create that blog post, you format it with some images. If you have not have ChatGPT Pro, I think they just open up some more free, they open up some more pro accounts. So you're now able to get it. Go and check to see, because before they close it up again, but it's worth the investment to get it. But basically you go in there and you share, you go in there and you put that blog post in there. Now, hey, I want to create 7 days of engaging content for my target market audience. So, okay, I want you to format me 7 days of content for LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and optimize it for each platform using the same hashtags. Quickly, the AI is able to support you in that area. So the thing I want to encourage you to do is to work smarter, not harder. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Coach Brooks. I see you on there. So you work hard, that's one. So you're able to have your people are just going into the AI and just saying, create me a blog post. No, you need to make sure you put the tone of voice, the way you speak on there, and then make sure you put the word optimize for these platforms, because in these ever-changing dynamics of the platforms, they're changing. You don't know. And the good thing about these AI now, they're getting them so smart. They're updating them. So before they said ChatGPT was outdated, it's more updated now in the past couple of weeks. So you want to be able to use that to optimize your your platforms. So you don't have to post every day, but there's different time you can post. You have to look at your numbers, look at your analytics to see when do people respond more to you. Is it in the middle of the week? If it's on Wednesday, is it in the midday? Is it on the weekends? For business content, the weekdays is usually good. The weekends, you might want something fun. You might want something with self-care, because you need to figure out the rhythm of your audience, right? You want to figure out the rhythm of your audience. And then you can use tools to schedule it. Meta Business Suite has their thing where you can schedule your content all throughout. And I'm going to be going over that. If you have any questions when we go to our VIP section, I can go in and show you that. But you can use those, the Hootsuite, the Buffer, these different tools to do that. If you have Wix have that, you can schedule it. I was showing one of my clients earlier today how they can post their blog on Wix, and after they finish posting the blog, all you need to do is click one button to share to all their other platform. One thing, and let's share that blog post to all the other different platforms and bring people back to your site. The goal is whatever you post, bring people back to your platform, because if what happened last year or earlier this year, I think it was last year or the earliest this year, when you couldn't access Instagram or you couldn't access Facebook and you lost them, that will be hard for you, because I know a lot of you guys, if I can't access this group or you can't access this group, you know where to find me. You know where my website is, because you joined the challenge and you're able to, and you're part of the mailing list. And I say, hey, you know what? We're not, we can't access Instagram, but I can still send you a message on that direction. If you want to still continue to do that, I'm still able to engage. So you want to find a way to bring those people who are on these platforms, who are seeing you, who are cold leads, to become warm leads, so they're able to actually engage with you more. All right, so hopefully that helped. Hopefully this is helping you. Hopefully this is bringing you some idea of what you can do to plan your content, because remember, this visibility challenge is not about you going live every day. This visibility challenge is for you to get yourself in order so you can create a plan for when you go in 2024, you know exactly how you're going to tackle your content, your brand each and every day. The same way we did 12 weeks of these content, you can, in 12 days of these content, you can do it for 12 weeks, focus on that. But now you know exactly what you need to do and what you need to hire a team for to help you, because you can hire someone to create the content. You can hire someone to get the caption. I didn't even go there. You can have the AI create the caption for you, and you just give them a summary of what you want the caption to say, and make sure you say the word optimize for the platform that you're looking for. All right. Now, the last part is quality over quantity. So some people are saying, "Oh, I just need to just post, 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 post." Good, you can post to be engaged. If you feel the need and the heart of your desire to post, that's fine. You can do that. But you want to focus on creating high quality content that add value rather than posting frequently less impactful content. So what you make sure that what you post, you should be strategic with what you post. Why are you posting it? What's the call to action? So it does take some time to do some research and to design it. So you have to allocate time for that. But then once you create these high quality posts, that it's and that is tailored towards your target market, and they're converting. That is good, because this is what happened. I'm seeing people. Okay, where are people coming from? Because my mail list has grown. I know this year, this is one thing I did do. My mail list has grown. My LinkedIn has grown, because I was very intentional of doing that. And my focus this year was just collaboration over competition, building my community. So my focus next year is more of, let me provide value to those around me too. Just change. How can I provide change in my community? So this is one thing. So the framework for you, I would allocate time for, allocate time for research, and allocate time for design. So you will need those things: time, research, and design. And make sure when you're taking pictures, is higher quality stuff, or when you're doing things, they're quality over just, I'm going to create a quote to create a quote. I know that the beginning, the whole year, you can create batch content for, and then the whole thing, they'll say, okay, just do a bunch of quotes. But the quotes, does that add value to your community? Does that add value to your target market? And will that convert and allow them to like you, to know you, and trust you? You want to be able to do those, keep that in mind when you are creating the content, or when whoever is in your team create content, saying, why are we creating this? Are we creating it just to get the likes from Meta and then get a little coins? Or are we creating it so we can get our community to know us, to like us, and to trust us? And when they trust us, they join our mail list. And when they join our mail list, we're able to promote to them. And when they're able to promote to them, they will be able to buy. Right? So this is the main thing that you want to do. So I went over everything. So we went over the whole thing of understanding your audience, the art of storytelling and emotional connection, making sure that you have content that's variety content, having a plan, and you're doing quality over quantity. Now, what is your homework? Because we went way over time. So what is your homework assignment? To the last page. I'm going back to my one. Your homework assignment. So you are encouraged to create and share a piece of content that embodies your brand value, right? So basically, using what I taught you today, I want you to create a content that way. So, and I want you to also, you don't have to, if you don't want to post it on social media, that's fine, but you can post it in the group. If you post it on social media and you can share it into the group, that's fine. We'll approve it so we can see. And I would encourage you, while people are sharing it in the group, that you are able to give them feedback on it too. Say, hey, how are you doing? So so that was one of your homework you can do by tomorrow to do that, to create a content that embodies your brand story, your values, what you're doing. Use AI to do that. And it can be a live, it can be a blog, it can be whatever it is you're going to create, and then share the link to where you posted in the chat. All right, share the link in the chat. You can be underneath this live, or you can be anywhere on the platform. We will approve the admin will approve it, but share what you created so you can get feedback. If you have any questions, let me know. I will gonna stop sharing from. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. If you have any questions, I'll take some questions right now. I'll stay on for another 15 minutes. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to give you back your time because I was supposed to be on only for like 15, 20 minutes and I end up talking too much. This is the problem that my team have with me. I give too much information. But it's okay. I prefer to give because it was helpful to you. Any questions? We're good? I'm gonna give you a moment. If this was valuable to you, let me know if it was valuable to you, and after so I'll do that. So I'm gonna come to the end of this. If you don't have any questions, and then I'll see you, the VIPs. I will see you tonight. If there's no questions, I'll wait. No, I will see you all tonight at 7 o'clock. The link, I'll make sure I'll share the link again at 6 o'clock for you so you can be able to get on. If you want to be a part of this VIP conversation too, I've opened it back up again. So since we have to do a redo, you're able to get your ticket upgraded. Just go on the workshop. Hey, let me just put in the link in the chat again and just upgrade your ticket, and then you will get the information that you need. Just get because this is free. Just upgrade your ticket to the VIP portion, and then the workbook will be sent to you because they get a workbook and they get the time with me, the group time with me, and then after when we close out the session, you will be able to get your next steps for next time. So I'm going to be sharing my little tips and tricks that I did also too. All right, so I put it in the chat since I don't see any questions. Okay, that's fine. So if you're gonna catch, I think Sandra said she'll be at a VIP replay. Was it Sandra? Okay, Kim said she's gonna get the replay. All right, Kim, and you were there yesterday, so you're good, but you will get the replay. I will remember to press record. Oh, thank you so much, Sandra. So this was awesome. I'm glad this was awesome. Tomorrow we're gonna go into our day 2 of this conversation. I hope you are doing your homework. And even if you don't do it right now, you have access to this group as long as you want to, and you can come back and say, hey, I didn't get to do it during our live challenge, but I did it now, and I'm able to continue. All right, I'm glad this was helpful to you, Kim. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to post the schedule in the group, and I'll post the schedule. And you got an email with the schedule. I finally finalized everything that we're going to be doing for when I'm going to be able to go live, and I'm blocking off I blocked off my calendar already because I have to block it off. Otherwise, I will not be able to do that. And some of them will be like tomorrow will be a pre-recording because tomorrow is my anniversary. So it'll be a pre-recording, but I will be in the chat, engaging in the chat also too. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'm going to give you back your time, and VIPs, I will see you tonight. Be blessed.